Well, hello YouTube. You find me again on a Harley Davidson, but this time I'm on the Iron 883. Insert gratuitous sexy shot here. And I thought I'd test ride the Fat Bob. Wasn't overly too impressed with it. I was a bit like, yeah, you know, it's not doing much for me. This one, however, much nicer. Smaller cc engine. It is only 883 cc's. Not a huge amount of horsepower, still plenty of torque, which is the lovely recipe which I enjoy. Plenty of pulling power, and it's comfortable, but it does still vibrate like all hell. My feet, ow, glad I remembered that. My feet are vibrating to hell, my hands are vibrating to hell, mirrors are vibrating to hell, but it's fun. That was hurting. That was not fun. Potholes. God damn it. It's nice. It is nice. I've got it in the green colour. You'll have seen from the shop. But I take this out. I wanted to have another go. I didn't want to be tainted. I didn't want Harley to be tainted just by one bike's response from me. I think I picked a bad one. I always thought they looked cool, but no. This one's cool. A little bit small for me, which I'll insert a shot from Liz, who's behind me now. If she gets a little bit closer, then you'll see where I mean. I look a little bit big on it, but then again, I look a bit big on most bikes, to be fair. So, you know, hell. One thing which the Harleys do, which I've not had a bike yet, which does, is the indicators. On each side. So that's for my left, that's for my right. And I'm really hoping you're getting that in shot. And they auto-cancel, which is weird, because you end up pressing it again, because out of habit, and then you turn it on again. Well, yeah, it's fine. You do get used to it, I suppose. But 883 cc even. The stats I'll stick up on the screen, you know, power, torque, all that sort of thing. So you can know about that a lot. Liz is on her Phaser. Hello, Liz. Oh, okay, just rev, don't wave or anything then. Yeah, there we go. That's a good girl. No, sorry, that was horrifically patronising. But, no, it's nice. It's the paint job, albeit not my favourite colour, has been done really well, which is good. But I suppose that's kind of where they got to get you, because they don't have huge amounts of gadgetries on this. I have a Speedo. The little screen in it, if you can see it, does give me revs and things like that, but to be fair, I mean, at the minute it's on the trip meter, I think. There we go, on the time. 10:30 on this lovely Saturday morning. A little bit chilly, but it's cool. But yeah, back to the bike. Handles okay. My feet are nowhere near as far forward. I do not feel like I'm sat on a lazy boy recliner, which is lovely, because, you know, going straight from a Fireblade to something like this will be quite difficult if you were feet right in front of you. They are right below me, however they are very wide. I'm so used to my legs touching the tank. I've got a good, I can fit my fist in between my legs and the tank each side, and then a little bit extra. So that kind of shows you how wide the pegs are. The seat is quite comfy actually. It's a nice big plush sort of, I'm going to assume leatherette seat, because I doubt they've actually put leather on it, but I could be wrong. The suspension is alright, you know, you're still using old school technology suspension, but it's, you know, it's not too bouncy, not too hard. Pretty much what you'd kind of expect from something like this. I'm fairly certain this is meant to be a bit of a sportier version than the Fat Bob. The Fat Bob I really think was a full-on cruiser. But I suppose that's what Harley Davidsons are, so you can't really blame them for that. That's what people buy them for. So I reckon if we turn left up here, we'll go somewhere a little bit away from most of this traffic. Hello, Peugeot. But it corners so much better than the Fat Bob did. Doesn't feel like it's hanging behind you again. Obviously it doesn't corner like a sport bike, because guess what? It's not a sport bike. But it does alright. I can't complain. Well, I could complain, but it'd be pointless. you know, it's a nice bike. I've got it for an hour to test ride. I wanted to basically have another opinion on Harleys, and I'm quite happy with this one. Hello, good sir. Don't get confused by a Harley nodding at you. It's good. There's not quite as much torque as you would expect, I suppose, from a big CC V-twin. You know, there is plenty, but it's not, you know, like bountiful, shall we say. And I did not know this was here, so woe with me. That is very rusty. It is nice. It's kind of, it's made me realise not all Harleys are shit. But I think Ken commented on one of my videos once, and he said they are basically just expensive bits of arse jewellery, which, yeah, I can kind of understand. You know, it's a very, very, very specific bike for a reason. You buy it either 1 because you love Harley Davidsons, 2 because you're having a midlife crisis, or 3 because you want a comfortable cruiser. And in England there aren't that many cruising roads to go on, so yeah, definitely understand that in England it's probably a weird option when you do have like your Yami cruisers and your Honda cruisers and things like that, to pay the premium for these. I don't know. But then saying this, I think this bike is less than 8 grand. And I know that's still not, if you want, cheap, but cheaper than I thought it was. But it's very good, and I am impressed. Speedo says it goes up to 130 apparently, which for some reason I doubt. You know, I don't know what that doubt might be, but you know, I really cannot see myself doing 130 mile an hour on this thing. But you've got gratuitous Harley Davidson plastered everywhere, even on the bloody foot pegs. You know, dial here, side of the tank, everywhere. Which I suppose is to be expected. It's even, is it on top of there maybe? No, I thought it might be on top of the brake reservoir, but they're on the mirrors. It's got a little Harley Davidson logo on the mirrors. So, you know you're riding a Harley basically. You're not going to get on this and wonder what it is. But keyless entry as well, so it's kind of cool. There's nowhere to put a key, it's just in my pocket. Oh, here we go, now we're moving. Getting used to this one a lot faster than I did the last one. I've only had it for about sort of 20 or so minutes, and I'm already basically used to it. Which I suppose is, you know, compliment to Harley. You've made a very user-friendly bike there. You've not made one which I'm struggling to control. One thing which remains a bugbear for me is the fact that in stock form, this does not make you think what Harleys normally do. You know, the really loud, obnoxious, and I don't use that necessarily in a bad term, just because they are a really loud, obnoxious cruising bike with stupidly loud exhaust and all the chrome that the guys managed to find at the local bike shop. But it's, I suppose, maybe it's an appeal to me. It's a hassle because why the fuck do I have to modify my bike to be an acceptable bike when a lot of other bikes you can get just out of the factory that are perfectly good. I mean, my Fireblade's still stock, and that one is fine. And this one, I don't know, it when you think Harleys, you think about the whole the loud exhaust, the cruising down the highway sort of thing, and Jesus, you get a lot of wind on this thing. To be expected, there is nothing protecting you, but yeah, a lot of wind. So if you don't like wind, then don't get one, I suppose. And Liz is used to it, I suppose. She rides her phaser, so but yeah, there's, I suppose, and it's one thing I do like about Harleys is they are simple. They are not complicated bikes, you know. Apart, well, they might see me, you know, with keyless entry and everything, but it is literally just you get on, you push start, and you just ride it. There isn't loads of gauges to distract you or fancy media centers, which I have seen. The GTL was a good example of that. Bloody massive media center with speakers and fucking everything. It was crazy. Come on. And it just becomes more of a pure riding experience. So let's go into the left lane. You know, you no longer feel like you have to have all the gadgets. It becomes a case of you just get on, you ride it, there's nothing for you to look at. I mean, not being funny, you're not really going to speed all that much. So it just, I wouldn't worry too much about speeding. Let's go left down here. 20 mile an hour zone, that's fine. This Harley can do that. Don't know where we're going down here, but we'll have a look. So it is a nice experience. You definitely do buy these for a reason. You do not buy them because you want a commuter. Although I'm sure there are lots of people that have them for commuters. I cannot see them being in their best position for commuters. But I think what we'll do is we'll come up here and we will end the video because there's not much else for me to say really, other than it's pretty good. You know, I wouldn't say no if somebody was to hand me one, but then in the same respect I wouldn't go out and buy one myself. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you, Liz, for being my camera lady, and we will see you all later. And apart from JS Miller Distribution Limited Insulation, don't know, that's a very long name. Right, that's cool. I will see you guys later, and you probably won't see another Harley video from me, to be honest, but you never know. You never know. Bye bye.